Hi.
How's it going? How's it been? Tell me all about it. Tell me the details. Details.
It's been great. I think I grew more like as a person, to be honest, because I wasn't really like I didn't think I'd be so committed to a summer job, but it did change my view and how like this could get me started for the real job, like in the job field and everything. So yeah, this is a great experience. Yeah.
Oh, good. And so, what did you think about the level of flexibility that you have? It, for some, it's good, and for some, it's a pure nightmare. How did it go for you?
I think it was better for me because like there would be times I could be busy in the morning, like things come up and I could just do my hours like towards like say 4 o'clock and then finish it right up. Yeah, it was way more easier to be able to work in my time than a given time. So yeah.
Right, that whole 9 to 5, someone scheduling your time for you. So I'm actually happy to hear that because I know for many people, they have a difficult time with adjusting to having this level of flexibility. Because what happens is you put it off, you procrastinate, I'm going to get to it, I'm going to get to it, and then it's due tomorrow and you haven't done a thing. So for some people, did you have that challenge at all, or
Not really, because I used to do video editing just for fun, so it was something that I looked forward to and more practice for me. So I didn't really have a problem with that.
right? So that's right. You basically spearheaded the whole summer youth program um, video editing team. You were Ted. You were it. So you were the total team unto yourself. The whole 6 weeks. What were some of the things that you actually worked on?
So first it was the three long videos and three short videos that basically got me started, like writing some ideas on what I could do for my future projects. Then I started doing the uploading the other short clips like Carrie's and Orion's. And then I started the animation for the Magic Feet and then I created the ad. Yeah, basically.
So yeah, so your final project was actually taking one of the most difficult aspects of video editing and basically learning it, right? And that was your final project of all the things across the board. What was your favorite?
Definitely the keyframing. It was a little tedious, but like knowing that I made that, it was kind of fun to put everything together into an ad and like use my like ideas for the ad. So that was probably my favorite.
That was your favorite, yeah, yeah. And I'll tell you, it was actually a really good. It was really good. And you took the direction on, making sure that it had this and, the components and, so how did you feel about the instruction and just kind of making sure that it was really a good, solid ad that we could use? How was that learning how to actually compose an ad that would be really good and usable?
Um, it was pretty good like that I had the feedback that I could because like at first looking back at the newer version versus my first draft, I can see a huge difference and I can see like why I needed to change some things because first draft wasn't really the best, but like having that feedback really helped me to understand like there's something that needs to be in certain like videos or whatever we're trying to promote and something that aren't really needed, like unnecessary stuff. So yeah, I think it was really good.
Talking about, just kind of long term life in general, how do you feel that this experience with us made an impact in your life long term?
like a while ago, I've been thinking about wanting to be like a movie director or like in like the editing field, but I think I like chose that as like a hobby and I should do something like medical field or like the law field. But if I were to pursue my editing, I feel like this would be a good boost. Like have people see that like I've been trying editing at a young age and I am capable. So yeah.
And I'm sure that I've actually said it while you were in the room too, that there's nothing wrong with having the primary goal that you are, striving to achieve. And there's no question. I know, listen, if you can pull off key framing, you can pull off anything. Because I pulled my hair out after about 2 minutes. I was like, that's enough of that. That was that. But so there's no question in my mind that you can actually achieve whatever you set out to do. But there's nothing wrong with having, as we call it, a side hustle. There's nothing wrong with having a side hustle either for money, but also too to be able to help your friends, to help your family. If they want to go into business for themselves, if it's something that you want to do to be able to support somebody that that's really trying to do the best for themselves and you want to support them, which is generally not the point. I'm going to be honest, it's generally not what people who actually do instruction about business, they don't tell you to help friends and family. They tell you that you have a value and you charge everybody. And I get that, I understand. But every once in a while, there's that person that really is trying their best, but they need a little support. And there's nothing wrong with supporting people as long as it doesn't become excessive and as long as it does not actually outweigh what you're doing to support yourself, right? At the end of the day. So that's kind of like the thing. So speaking of motivation, I always in these meetings, I always give these little nuggets, motivational, inspirational, something for confidence building. If 25 years from now you were talking to somebody, you said to them, oh, I remember when the fairy godmother told us blank, what would that be?
Most definitely the one where you said when you're like facing something like an obstacle, refer to it as a challenge rather than a problem because a problem is like not the best way to describe something because you can obviously overcome it. So if you say it's a challenge, you're most likely to like want to get through this obstacle. So I definitely give people that kind of advice to have them like look forward from that obstacle.
Oh, great. Yeah, listen, pass it on, pass the wealth on because it is very important that we understand that we have the power and that everything is a challenge. And it's really not about falling, it's about getting up. And what do you do with those challenges that made you fall? What do you do differently? And so that's what it comes to at the end of the day. So I don't know, anything you wanna just kind of say to last words about the experience, the program, about
Well, I'd say this was probably like my best choice in having experience rather than like, because when I signed up for like this program and stuff, they had like options to work at like a store and like sell and like the normal like in the clothing store. I feel like this one had like more educational rather than just being out there and doing something you won't pursue in the future. I think this helped me more with my future rather than working somewhere else. So yeah.
oh good. Well, and that's exciting for me. I'm very happy that you made the choice. I am just over the moon because like I said, you sort of held down the summer youth internship program in terms of video editing team. You were it, right? And so we got a lot of stuff accomplished. We got a lot of stuff done, as a result of it. And so I just want to thank you so much for being a part of this. I really appreciate you and thank you.
Thank you too for having me, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.